For every good play we saw this season, there were also some pretty bad plays. Colt, I'm going to go to you first. What is the worst play of the year for you?
I mean, dude, hard to talk about. But the Bears failing to call timeout on Thanksgiving Day against the Detroit Lions in this situation, their ball's on the 35-yard line trying to go down and win the game. He gets sacked, and now the clock is ticking, and it goes a little bit more. You're on the couch like, call timeout, like figure this out. They just let the play call go. They lose about 30 seconds. AQ, I know this was your worst play of the year as well. We were talking about this offline. I still get frustrated watching this game. You got a chance to beat your division rival at their place on Thanksgiving Day. The whole world's watching, and this was a nightmare. And then he throws up a prayer because he doesn't have any more time. I got no words.
It only echoes true whenever the head coach gets fired the next day. I mean, that is a massive mistake. I think everybody saw it. This was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. But listen, you can't compound one mistake with another. The play before, the right tackle doesn't get out of his stance, doesn't kick to the defensive end, gives up a clean sack. It is clear, doesn't even kick out. What are we doing there? Okay, cool. We got that mistake. Called a timeout. Live to fight another day. Give us 25 more seconds. Let's regroup. Let's go to the next. We're all sitting there. I kind of wish this was a Monday night game. So then you have Belichick, you got Peyton just losing their minds on the Manning cast. Take that out of it, and you got all of us because it's Thanksgiving Day and it's prime time and it's in the middle of the day. It's the only game on TV, and everybody is sitting there. Anybody that knows anything about football, the entire time this is going on is like, call timeout, run a play, do something.
He's making checks at the line, too. I remember he's making checks.
He wanted to make sure the right tackle got out to the defensive end on that play, make sure he was blocked.
Yeah, I get it.
The Falcons did the same thing in Week 17, which basically cost them a trip to the playoffs. Michael Penix had a long completion, and they don't call a timeout, burn 25 seconds. I feel like that one was pretty bad, too.
Let's get on to the next one. Enough of talking about that shit show. Jay, what was your worst play?
Oh, you guys drew up like 30 Ben Johnson plays, and yes, he did a great job calling plays, and yes, the Lions had a great year, but this play call in the playoffs is 38-28. The Commanders are shocking the world, beating the Lions' ass right now, so we're going to try a fake toss underneath give reverse to Jameson Williams and throw a pop fly up there, let Mike Sanistrell pick it for the game winner. End of story. This is not how you want your season to end, by letting Jameson Williams throw a pass when you have Jared Goff, who's been dicing them up. You have Jahmyr Gibbs, who hadn't been stopped yet. Montgomery's back from injury. Laporta. They got all these weapons. We're going to let Jameson Williams throw a pop fly. Game over. That, my friend, has got to be the worst trick play call I've seen in a while, as far as timing of it, too. Sorry, Ben. Did a great job this year, but that call was shitty.
Jared Goff comes to the sidelines and been like, Coach, we want to throw it. Like, let me throw it. What are we doing? Let me throw it to Jameson Williams. He's not the quarterback. Like, call a better play.
This whole play is just a debacle from the get-go. Let's go home early after the Commanders whoop our ass because we tried a double reverse pass with Jameson Williams. See ya!
I remember when Cliff was our coach in Arizona. I mean, we worked so many trick plays.
So many.
All right, well, enough about players, enough about coaches. Let's go to our resident GM over there that wants to always talk about GMs. Justin did not pick a play, did not pick anything about players per se. Oh, he did. He picked something about decisions of a GM, of course. So what is your worst decision of the year?
My worst decision, my worst play of the year was every GM thinking that the aging running back was dead to society. We're not paying him. We're not going to have him on the team. We're going to let Saquon Barkley walk. We're going to let Derrick Henry walk. We're going to let Joe Mixon walk. The running back is here to stay, boys, and we got a pure test and a pure showcase coming up in the Super Bowl with Saquon Barkley.
You want a running back one or a wide receiver one?
Would you rather have Chase Brown and Jamar Chase, or would you rather have Joe Mixon and Fred Jones?
Or would you rather have Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown?
You mentioned 6 other ones. I'm just trying to debate.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Derrick Henry's a good one with Zay Flowers. Joe Mixon's down there with Nico Collins. Like, you can do both, Jay. There's ways to pay both positions.
And Joe Burrow?
Yeah. I mean, the Bengals had a great year. You're right. My bad. Sorry.
Offensively, they did have a great year. They were sick on offense.
Speaking of $25 million receivers, our producers have a play that they want to showcase. This all comes down to Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers and the debacle that occurred in New York this year. We get the little end around, we get the throwback, and then oh boy. So we get the end around throwback back to Davante for a 30-yard loss. What do you boys think of this play?
I forgot all about this play.
Do you know who drew this one up? The owner's son actually saw this in Madden and thought this play was going to work. So I think Woody Johnson's son put this play in there. Oh, my God.
Where's he supposed to throw the football? There's nobody open. Like, what's the design here? Like, where do you want him to throw it?
They're trying to get the ball to the post, but the safety said, I'm not going to bite. Then they had the back leaking out, whoever that is down here on the 40. He's not open. So Aaron Rodgers said, I ain't getting hit. This is hot potato. You take it, Davante. Oh, whack.
If that's Garrett Wilson running through the middle, just throw up a 50-50 ball.
Well, clearly nothing worked in New York this offseason. Clearly nothing worked in New York during the season, and they are back to the drawing board with a new coaching staff, boys.
Will Aaron Rodgers be back?
He's still good enough to play. Just at some point, your organization has to move on from an aging quarterback. If you're always going to threaten retirement, don't want to be in training camp or whatever. I mean, we need some commitment on your part to, hey, you're going to be here for another year or two, and we'll play.
The best app for your big game party is on your phone. That's right. You and all of your friends could be feasting on Underdog. Ride together on stats like passing yards, first TDs, interceptions, and so much more. If you or your friends haven't joined Underdog yet, what are you waiting for? Whoever signs up today using code POCKET, capital POCKET, will get up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, that's code POCKET for up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Head to the App Store and download Underdog today.